When you go through your school, you learn some skill sets, and those skill sets can be easily taught to you. And because they were taught to you, they can be taught to other people. And because everyone can be taught the same thing, essentially means that you are replaceable. When you're replaceable, and when there are a lot of alternatives to the skill sets that you bring to the table, then you are only being marginally paid so that you could be retained. तो आज हम एक बहुत ही पॉपुलर चीज़ के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं, समथिंग दैट एन्जॉयज हाई रेपुटेशन, हाई डिमांड एंड एवरीवन इज लुकिंग फॉर इट, जो एक्चुअली आपको नहीं चाहिए. We are going to talk about job security and why does it enjoy such stature, such demand, such need by everyone. What is the fuss around job security? I'll tell you what, you don't need job security, and you are not really looking for job security when you say that you need job security. So, why do you need job security? The answer to this why is you need financial security. Getting it? You don't need job security, you need financial security. That's why you're chasing job security. And why do you need financial security for that matter? Think about it. We need financial security so we can have the freedom from our money problems. And secondly, so we can escape the uncertainty that revolves around the सर्वाइवल ऑफ आवर सेल्स. हमें सर्वाइव करने के लिए मनी चाहिए, और अनसर्टेनिटी नहीं चाहिए कि यार कहाँ से पैसा आएगा जो सर्वाइव करने के लिए, डे टू डे एसेंशियल नीड्स, लग्जरीज तक सारी चीज़ें मैनेज करने के लिए. बट मोस्ट ऑफ ऑल, we need to get rid of our money problems. That's why we need financial security, and that's why we are looking for job security. तो अगर चेज़ ही हम फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी कर रहे हैं, तो जॉब सिक्योरिटी के लिए इतना मेहनत क्यों? Why not just straight up learn about finances, get better at personal finances, managing money, and if it's all about money, उसके बारे में डायरेक्टली सीखो, उसके बारे में डायरेक्टली बेटर हो उसी चीज़ में. Why grinding and working your ass off for something that you don't enjoy, and everything that people do to, right from the moment they get into the school to eventually getting to their destination of getting their job, and then riding the daily 9 to 5 and renting out your time to get money. Getting my point? It's all about money, it's all about finances. It's not about the job. Nobody can guarantee you financial security other than you. Nobody can guarantee you job security. Although they might say so, it might appear so, but for a prolonged period of time, it's unsustainable in today's era. Job security is no more a dream that is attainable, and that's not something that any of us should be chasing right now. But we have something even better. We can learn everything. We have internet, we have a lot of books, we have the experiences of world's biggest people who weren't able to share their experiences of life with us. We couldn't hear them out, but now we can listen to the greatest wealth builders, to the people who have created massive amount of wealth, to the great investors, to great entrepreneurs. We can hear their failures, their journeys, learn from them, get better at it, right? Now, wealth creation. Why do we need to create wealth? How do we create wealth now? So, we won't get deeper into why we need money. We definitely need money. And to put it simply, money might not bring happiness, but the absence of it does bring unhappiness. We need money. And we will dive into this in some other live stream or some other podcast episode or anything. But wealth creation, how do you create wealth? First thing that all of us need to understand is no great amount of wealth can be created by renting out our time. This is something not original. This is something that these are the words of Nawal, which I completely buy into and which are articulation of my own thoughts. You cannot create massive wealth in your life or even create wealth by renting out your time, doing the 9 to 5, doing the job wherein you only make money when you trade your time. So that means if you go on a vacation, you don't make money. If you are sick, you can't make money. If you're not well, you can't make money. If you got injured, you can't make money. If your wife is pregnant or if your somebody in your house is not well and you got to take care of them, you cannot make money. So to create massive amounts of wealth, eventually at some point in time, which is supposedly as early as possible, you need to own equity. You need to own your own business or part or pieces of others' business, which is essentially stocks. So you need to own equity so that you can make money even while you're sleeping, so that you get off the hook of time and money and you just break them apart. You don't have to trade your time to make money. And all, even if you're just trading time to make money, renting out your time, working a 9 to 5, own some pieces of equity in some others businesses. So even if you're not making a large chunk of money while not working, you're still managing to make some money while you're sleeping because you own some part of equity of good businesses, of course. Secondly, a very important aspect is to be specialized in skills. Now, I don't mean to say that do one thing and just be excellent at it, just specialize in one particular thing. That's for machines. That's not for humans. I am absolutely not in favor of the concept of specialization. I am more inclined, and as my own personality would be justifying to that, I tend more towards exploring things, towards being good at a range of things, and to being a multi-potentialite, being good at multiple things, exploring multiple things. So specialized skill is something that cannot be teached, that cannot be taught by the education system, by simply, it's some skill that is not easily replaceable. So what is essentially happening is when you go through your school, you learn some skill sets, and those skill sets can be easily taught to you. And because they were taught to you, they can be taught to other people. And because everyone can be taught the same thing, essentially means that you are replaceable. When you're replaceable, and when there are a lot of alternatives to the skill sets that you bring to the table, then you are only being marginally paid so that you could be retained. You don't get to enjoy the upsides of the gains of a business, of your output, in fact, for that matter. So specialized skill is something that you have had gained from your own experiences, from your own creative abilities. It could be, for example, sales is a specialized skill. Nobody can teach you sales. You have to learn it from your own experience. And that is why it becomes valuable, because you engage your creative abilities in it. Everyone engages their creative abilities in accordance with their ability, their skill sets. Another example would be storytelling, public speaking. You creating websites or creating content is another specialized skill of yours, because it cannot be taught, it cannot be easily taught to anybody else, and they cannot replicate exactly what you do. There is a unique aspect to you whether you're creating websites or content, because you have your own creative abilities, you use your own creative imagination, and then you put down your work, which makes it unique in its own way. So these are some set of specialized skills wherein you could be paid so much more, so much more, and not just marginally paid to be able to keep you in the loop. I really hope you get this point. This is something very, very important, something very important for everyone to understand. If you have some skills that are easily teachable to other people, then you will never be paid higher. You will only be paid the least amount of money, which will keep you in the loop. Having a piece of equity, having specialized skill sets are two things that are really important. Then what follows is that you learn how to invest, that you learn how to manage your finances well, that you read more, constantly learn, engage your creative abilities, and find the leverage. Find the things that, find something that you can, you know, there's some unfair advantage that every one of us have based on your experiences, the environment that you've grown in, based on the successes you've had, based on the failures you've had, based on the participations you've done in things in your life. There's some unfair advantage to everyone. Find your own unique unfair advantage and leverage it to make the most of it, and eventually engage your creative abilities in a way which make you build your wealth and your unique skill set. So what happens is, in your unfair advantage at things that you're naturally good at, other people would look at you from the from a distance and think that you're doing hard work to get things done. But in reality, in your own experience, you just enjoy doing it and you don't have to put in pressure and a lot of work to achieve it, to attain it, to do it. So find things that are unique to it, keep that connection with you to identify things, to, flush out the noise of the society of everyone, and find and connect with your own true voice, what things you're connected with, and what are your own unique emotional hooks to things. So these are some things that you need to be really looking after, you need to think about, you need to master, you need to get into, and stop chasing job security. Stop trying to build the resume, the CV, just for the sake of being someone who could be hired and who could encash salary every month. You want to be the person who could manage your own finances, who can build his own wealth. That's what you are chasing. That's how you'll be satisfied. Take ownership of it. It's all about taking ownership and giving the ownership to somebody else. To sum it up, own piece of equity, and not just rely on renting out your time. Even if you're doing that, it's completely fine, but that will not make you wealthy. That will not make you a lot of wealth. Second would be to have some specialized skill sets, leverage. Society is being highly rewardative of people who can put a lot of risk, take ownership, be accountable, and even fail, genuinely fail. So try taking risks and engage in entrepreneurship pursuits in a new venture. Try podcasting, try coding, be good at coding, podcasting, putting out your YouTube videos, putting out content, delivering value to the people. This is essentially making leverage out of things, building an audience, even after risking your time at opportunity cost of a lot of things that you could have been doing instead of this. This is a risk that you're taking. This is, in fact, what I'm doing is a risk that I'm taking to deliver value, to put out my thoughts into the world. But I have this faith. I have this hope that the good work that I'm doing would scale enormously at some point in time, and that I would be able to contribute to many people's lives, and I'll be able to leverage the audience to do even better work, to engage in more business activities that are helpful to the world, that solve problems of people, that make lives better. So that's the way to go about it. Learn about finances, read books about finances, watch documentaries, learn what the truth is, uncover the facts, look at the situation at a deeper level, not at the base level which everyone is saying. So, for that matter, job security is something that everyone sees at an apparent level, but deep down, it's not the problem of job security, it's the problem of financial security. Let's address the right questions so we can find the right answers. I'll catch you in the next live stream. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Take care, guys. Keep thriving.